I then move on to a second point that deals with the question of this integrity, which is the question of the transmission of votes. As we said here a day or two ago, the provisions of Section 39(1)(c) require the transmission of votes of the forms electronically. And that was done, and that has been done in two ways. Number one, there are the forms that have been set up on the portal, and we do not require any further evidence other than looking at the affidavit of Mr. Billy himself. Again, time fails me, but if the court has some time, you will be able to look at starting at paragraphs 26 and going all the way to paragraph 35 and 34, where Billy Atudo indicates that he has obtained all 266 Form 34Bs from that portal. And so he confirms they are available on the portal. Number two, the chairman of the IEBC did keep us updated on the day he announced his results as to the number of forms that were coming in through this electronic system. And again, I can confirm, and we have indicated in the affidavit of Winnie Goshu, where that website is to be found, where you can then interact with all these forms. And I need not read that out fully. Now, there was an interesting development this year. The IEBC invited the media to take time to go and record what was going on at the 290 constituencies. And one TV station did do that, and we've indicated that. You will see that at paragraph 32 of Winnie's affidavit. Citizen TV recorded the announcement of all results at the 266 constituencies. It's not a matter of public relations, because Article 86 of our Constitution sets up a hierarchy, and because what is being attacked here today is the constitutionality of the election, it is important to understand that Article 86 has three requirements of the IBC. The IBC is, number one, to count. That is Article 86. Number two, they are to tabulate in a prescribed form. That's Form 34, A, B, and C. And thirdly, and this is the point I make with the Citizen TV initiative this year, they are to announce promptly at the polling station. And one of the decisions the Court of Appeal made in the minor KI case was that once that process is complete at constituency level, it is final. It ends with an announcement. I have searched for the allegation in this petition that an announcement differed from what was recorded in the form. There is not a single one. It is the same thing, Article 86 of Article 3, I believe it is, that the IEBC is to openly and accurately collate and promptly announce at the tallying center the results that it finds. Now, in the affidavit of Billy Atudo, and I believe this is paragraph 29 of his affidavit, he complains that the results came too quickly. Now, that is a complaint against a statutory imperative. The Constitution says you have to do it promptly. Now, when we were last year on the 1st of September or the 8th of August, the complaint was that they came too slowly. And so I feel sorry for my friend, Mr. Mahat, who says his client has become a punching bag. He can't do anything. When he does it too fast, it's a problem. When he does it too slowly, it's a problem. And so I think we ought to dismiss some of these things. But to just make a point, the voters in Busia Women's Prison, there's only one voter there on the register. And on the 8th of August, unfortunately, her vote was rejected. Now, there is absolutely no reason why within 15 minutes, the returning officer or the presiding officer should not have filled the form and put it on the Kim's kit and sent it to Nairobi. It should be here in 15 minutes. And so I suppose that deals with that question. I then take up the point again made up by Mr. Billy Atudo at paragraph, there's a long table which begins at paragraph 33, which is at page 11. At page 11, he says there are no serial numbers on certain forms. Now, he does not indicate which those forms are. He says there are 6 of them, but he doesn't tell us which ones they are. He just says there are 6 of them, unidentified. But we have taken the time to go through each and every of the 266 forms on the portal, number 1. Number 2, forms that were given to us at the polling stations, and we can confirm that all of them have serial numbers, all of them are stamped, all of them are properly recorded, and all of them are signed by the electoral officials. A small point, but I think it goes to make the point that you can't trust the numbers the petitioners are putting before you. At page 12, Mr. Billy puts a table. It's on the second half of that page. My lords, that's page 12 of Mr. Billy Atudo's affidavit. He does accounting. He says the forms do not have a takeover section. He adds 0 plus 0 plus 266 equals 291, a clear error. Now, this is the evidence before you. This is the evidence you are being asked to take and annul an election. I would humbly ask this court to reject this evidence. I move on to another point as regards the question of the integrity of the numbers. And Your Ladyship and my lords, at page 90 of the affidavit of Winnie Gushu, we have set out a table, and I say this because of lack of time, that gives a blow-by-blow response to everything that Billy Atudo has said.